Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. This is part 3 of the video series on making a Java application from scratch. And this is the view part of the application. We already did the model. So now we're going to basically just work on the view part. And this is kind of fun. It's not really much code involved yet. So we'll just make our, we'll just go to Scene Builder here, which you need to download if you haven't already. So we'll start. I'm going to start from template actually. I'm going to do a new from template. And I'm going to do basic application. I'm going to get rid of this junk label here. Excuse me. And so we're going to go to our. So it's really just going to be very simple. I mean, you can make this look as beautiful or as ugly as you want. I personally am just, making the video, I'm not trying to make this look like anything crazy. So I'm just going to go here and grab text field, put this text field here. I'm going to go up to, password field. And put that in here. And I'm going to set the prompt text in that to enter password. Oops. I'm going to set the prompt text in here to enter username. And yeah, we might as well just save this. So since we made the model already, we're just going to save this actually inside of our we're going to save it inside of our Eclipse project, our Java project in Eclipse. So we're just going to, you'll see up here, it's still called untitled. Just go up here, save as, and you'll see I have, there's nothing, I'm in my view package right now. It's automatically in here for me anyway. It might not be that way for yours. But just navigate to your, wherever you have your project. This is mine, login system 1. And you're going to go to the source package, the source folder, and you're going to go down to the view package. And this is the main scene. So we're going to call this MainSceneView. Have the word view there for consistency. It's going to save it as a .fxml file. Hit save. Alright, so now we can just Control S to our heart's content and save every step of the way. So, okay, so move this up a little bit. Enter username, enter password. I'm going to select this VBox here and just shrink this a tiny bit. And then move these back to the center. Maybe I'll move them over a little bit. Move them like right here. Sorry, my OCD is kicking in. Move this here. Okay. Because we're going to put a little box here. No, we're not. I'm sorry, I don't want to go too crazy doing this. So we'll just have these two. And then we're going to have a button here. We'll just call this login. We'll give it a text that says login. We're going to make another one of these buttons, put it right below it. And we'll call this log out. And we're actually going to set this, we're going to hit this visible ticker right here. We're going to untick that so it's not visible at first, right? So we'll save this. And we're going to have one more button down here. And we're going to call this create new account. Okay. We'll center it. All right. And we're going to want a couple labels. So in here in controls, we're going to go to labels, or label, sorry. What the hell? Oh, actually, that reminds me of one thing. So go up here to containers, go to border pane, I'm pretty sure you can use any kind of pane, but I know how to use border pane, so I'm just going to do that. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but whatever. We are going to put this here, but we're going to move this down a little bit so the border pane doesn't overlap the sign out button, which is not visible yet. I don't think I can click the log out button. Okay, they don't overlap. Good. Okay, so that's here, that's there. Then we're going to go back to controls up here, go to label, and we're going to make a couple of labels. We're going to make one label up here this is going to show us who we're logged in as currently. And then we're going to make another label. We can control D to duplicate. We're going to put this here in the center of our border pane. And we are going to, and for both of these labels, we're going to set the ticker, we're going to untick visible. So they're not visible at first. Now we can save that. All right, now we have all these things, all this nice stuff. Now we need to create our, we need to actually give names and stuff to all these things. Names and event handlers for when they get either clicked or whatever. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our text fields here, our text and password field. We're going to collapse this properties tab and we're going to click on code. And we're going to give these IDs. They don't need action handlers. They just need IDs. Just these two need IDs. So we'll call this text field, enter username. We'll save that. For password, we'll call it fxid. Password field, enter password. I spell everything right. Okay. Save that. We don't need an ID for the login button, but we do need an ID for the sign out button because it's gonna do stuff. It's gonna do stuff. Login. So the login ID will just set to button login because it's a button type. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm an idiot. No, do not give this an ID. Just give it an on action, and we'll call the on action login button clicked. Okay. And now we can go here on the left to our button log out button. And we're going to give this an ID, and we're going to give it an action. So we're going to call this, why is this not centered? So button logout, we're going to give this an ID and we're going to give it an action handler, or event handler, whatever. So we'll call this button, button logout, we'll call it. And on action, we'll call it logout button clicked. Okay, so this only has that, that's good. Now we're going to go to this button, and we're going to do, we're going to give it an event handler. Create new account button clicked. And the labels we need to give IDs to. So this label here in the border pane, we're going to give it the ID label alert message, and this is going to be what pops up when they enter credentials, either good or bad, depending on how they enter them, but it's only going to be one label that changes based on input. Up here, we're going to go to the label. This is going to show who they're logged in as, so we're going to call this label current user. Save. And we're almost done. We're just going to, we want a couple things for our file menu. So we're going to go here to menu bar, and we're going to go to menu, file menu, What's this? And when they go down to save, we want something to happen when they click save. So on action, when they click save, is going to be save. We're just going to have a function called save. We'll call it, we'll say save menu item clicked. And then we're going to have this menu item quit at the bottom. Quit menu item clicked. And we'll save that. Now the last thing we need to, well, two more things we need to do really quick. We have to go here to controller. So collapse this hierarchy that you got here. And open controller. Now, for the controller class, we got to give it, we got to go to our, it's inside, our controller is going to be inside, obviously, the controller package, right? So, I'm going to go here, and since this is called MainSceneView, we're going to have the controller be, it's inside the controller package, right? Controller dot main scene controller. We'll save that. Now, finally, we go to our view thing up here, and we click the show sample controller skeleton, and this gives you everything you need to start building the controller. We control A, we control C to copy all of it, and now we go here. We go to controller package, right click it and hit new class, main scene controller, hit finish, control A, control V. That's our controller skeleton. It's going to give me some kind of error in a second telling me that it's missing some stuff. Don't know why that. Okay, there we go. Just crapped out for a second there. Okay, so it's going to tell me to move this. So here it says requires javafx.fxml to module. That's what we want to click. So we click that. It's going to add that to our module. See? And there's going to be one more thing we have to do with this in a second. So we just highlight this again, do the same thing here, requires javafx.controls to module. That'll get rid of all this stuff. And then we just highlight over this action event, and we go to import action event javafx.event. We don't want the other one. So we hit that, and we save it. That all goes away. And there's one thing that I don't know if this is necessary, but it got rid of a warning for me that I was getting. If I added this keyword, it made the warning go away. So we'll put that in there just for good measure. I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but it worked, so we'll just go with that. Let me just trim these down. Yeah, so, well, I'll do that in a sec. Basically, this is it for the, that was it for the view. We'll do the next view. We have a second view to make, so we'll do that in the next video, actually. Again, thanks for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe, and yeah, that'd be really appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video. We'll make the other scene, and yeah, then we'll start doing the controllers after that. All right.